Are you ready to knock heel flips out of the park right now? We're gonna dial in your heel flips so fast. First thing you wanna do is get the right foot position. The foot position will help flip the board, but it will also help put the board in the right spot for landing, which is very important. You can start with your front foot pretty low, which is around the halfway point on the board. I like to hang probably 3/4 of my foot off of the toe side. So I feel the ball of my foot kind of hugging that toe side rail. If you want to get it so you can flip the board even faster, you can turn your front foot slightly backwards. That's a great front foot position. Your back foot is going to be the one that's a little more responsible for the board placement. You can start with your back foot with the ball of your foot actually on the heel side rail. So you have a lot less of your back foot on the board than you do your front foot. This is for two reasons. You want your foot position staggered like this, so you can have weight on both sides of the rail so you can actually still skate in a straight line. If I have both feet, you know, on the toe side, then I'm gonna be turning toe side the whole time, and that's not very useful. So now as we get into the pop and the flick motion, I really want you to dial in the bottom of your squat nicely. Squatting properly for your heel flip is important because that will help push your board in front of you as you flip it. To squat properly for the heel flip, sit most of your weight over your back foot, and it's nice to feel your hips sitting off the heel side of your board. I start to run into trouble if I squat too much on my front foot, and I feel like what that does when you flip the board, it wants to run more behind you. And that's a really tough problem to solve if you get into that habit. So let's talk about the actual flick for the heel flip. I actually find heel flips a little easier to flip than kick flips. And it seems like beginners who learn heel flips first have like a much easier time than the people that go down the kick flip route. It's really interesting. I want you to throw your front foot out at like a 45-degree angle as you flip it. It's fully acceptable to let your heel run all the way up into the nose to get the board to flip as well. I personally like using the nose a little more because I can feel like I have a more consistent and a heavier flick, which means I'm getting more feedback from the nose when I feel my heel run into the nose. There's a lot of pressure and a lot of feedback, and that gives me that last millisecond of control as I let go of the heel flip. If you just throw your foot off the side of the rail, it might flip fast, but I feel like you give up a little bit of control. But flip tricks are done with 2 feet, not just 1. So what's your back foot doing? You can treat your back foot similar to how you would treat like a front shove, actually, where you push your back foot a little bit forward and help your back truck stay out in front of you. The biggest mistake you can make, like I said earlier, is that board leaking behind you. And by pushing your back foot forward, you can help keep the board on the right side of you. So we got the basics down. Now let's talk about landing your heel flips. How do we put all this together and roll away clean? So it basically comes down to balance and timing and being able to read and react to the board. As long as you focus on having a well-balanced squat with a majority of weight on your back foot and you get the angle of your flick right, you're gonna find it pretty easy to consistently flip the board. What's hard is having a well-balanced squat and a consistent flick angle. That's the hard part. Don't get too obsessed with just like trying to flip the board and getting really upset when it doesn't flip and then running into the issue where you're just trying to flip it harder and harder every time just to like get your anger out. That isn't gonna work effectively. Well-balanced squat, consistent angle of the front foot, and being able to feather your back foot a little forward to push the board around. Okay, that's it. To land, I just want you to jump a little bit extra and watch the board. Really focus your eyes on the board as it's flipping. I don't want you to passively look down and hope you land on it. I mean, really dial in your focus on the board and like extra stare at it. Keep your knees soft and just try to read and react to the landing and then dance with it. And you got your heel flips.